It's Dr. Brandy.
I'm Dr. Joe. And listen, we got a challenge for you all right? Now, this episode,
that was a tough one.
It get a little intense, right? It get a little intense. But the challenge for you all right? If you are in any type of relationship, romantic, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it might be, we want you, all right, to ask the question, if you are making changes to your physical appearance, should you have the conversation or not with your partner?
Okay.
Simple as that. All right. If you're making physical changes, should you have the conversation with your partner or not? Is that good?
That's good. And you also have to write out why.
Okay. And write out why. Right?
Why? What informs your decision?
And send us a message of what you come up with once you actually do it. All right. Here we go. You in for a hell of a ride.
I'm Dr. Brandy.
I'm Dr. Joe.
And you're in for
a hell of a ride.
All things life, love, and legacy. So I am a licensed psychologist, a global consultant, speaker, trainer, leader in the mental health game.
Love that. A lot of people know me as an international speaker and peak performance coach. And your boy written a few books, made some video courses, all kind of stuff.
And you're my husband.
I am 12 years.
And I'm your wife.
Yeah, we have two beautiful sons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we have doctorates.
Yes, PhDs. Yes, we do.
And we're entrepreneurs.
Yeah, we are a lot of things. And if they're watching us, listening to us, whatever it might be, we're going to talk everything identity and purpose, career and money, relationships.
And health and wellness.
Health and wellness for sure.
You can't forget health and wellness.
Can't forget it. So I guess buckle up.
Let's ride.
All right.
All right, baby.
What's up?
You tell me.
Whether you looking all bright over there. I see you over there shining.
You know, I lighten up a room from time to time.
Shut up. No. Remember that Pinky? Remember Pinky? On Friday.
That's what it made you think of? That is not what I was...
Say another word.
That is not what I was going for.
I'm messing with you. You look good.
Okay.
You look... First off, I've been complimenting you because I've been complimenting you more because I've seen your transition with you working out and just changing some habits. So you look great.
Thank you, honey.
Showing a little stomach, showing a little woo-woo, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was fine before.
No. You always was fine, but I'm telling you, I've watched you on your journey, and a lot of people just talk about making adjustments and wanting how they look and all that, and you've been doing it.
Thank you, baby. And you know what? I receive it that way because I know you. So I know that even more than the physical was sexy to you is the follow through.
Oh, yeah.
You like it when you see people like actually do like and take control.
Yeah. Don't just talk a good game. Like back it up with
be
what
about
you
it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You've been doing that.
So I received that.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what's up? Weather.
It feels good to be seen, you know?
Yeah. I see you. I see you.
Okay. Got a little creepy.
It got creepy?
Yeah, it did look a little creepy. Woo-hoo.
I see you.
Thanks, babe.
How's the weather over there? Talk to us.
Oh, it's nice. It's a brisk evening. The sun's going down. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
All right.
Like a very pleasant chill in the air.
Yeah.
You know. What?
You got it. It's brisk. You always come with the words. It's a burr. It's burr out.
Ooh.
But anyways.
There must be some turtles in the
atmosphere. I say bird.
Okay.
See, if people don't know,
What was it?
How we know it? Awesome. Oh wow! Like totally freaks me out. I mean, right on.
You transfer.
You know. We'll figure it out. Dang.
What was the name of it?
It's gonna be in my mind. The Toros.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in my mind. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring it up later because now I'm gonna be thinking about it like,
right.
Dang, bring it on. I'm tripping.
That's it.
There we go.
Yeah,
bring
sure.
it on. So the weather for me is I feel good right now. Like blue skies. I feel good.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel good. And I'm excited to keep my blue skies and my sun shining.
Yes,
you feel me?
right.
Yeah. So that's where I am.
Okay.
So what's top of mind for you?
Well, last time I had a conversation with you, we was talking about sexism, racism, heterosexism. What?
Go ahead. But I'm with those conversations. So, but I'm just talking crazy. But I'm always with that conversation.
I mean, being black.
For sure.
I don't know. We said we're going to talk about identity.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. Yeah,
function.
We're going to have a specific, matter of fact, our next one, we're going to get deep. We're going to talk, we're going to bring out our academic.
Okay.
Right? And we're going to bring
challenge.
out. Yeah. Because we just talking just ourselves, right? But let's hit some folks with some knowledge the next episode. Okay. All right? Yeah. For those of you who ready to get deep, we're going to get deep.
I mean, I feel like we've been kind of deep.
No. We've talked about some, but I'm saying like specific to like racism, sexism, and all of that. I think that's a conversation that always needs to be had.
That's the truth.
So I'm with it. Yeah.
That's the truth.
So what's top of mind for you?
You was trying to come for me. You traumatized me. You triggered me with your pet peeves about hair.
Well, first, okay. I'm sorry. Let me just say that if I triggered you, I didn't mean to trigger you. I was just bringing up some stuff that I said. Let's be one thing in this third marriage. We're making sure that we are more honest about how we feel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right? Like, and so even if it might hurt your feelings for a second, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it carefully and respectfully and honorably, but we can't hold. We too many people do that.
It's so interesting because it's like people always talk about in relationships like it's communication, it's communication. But it's a specific form of communication, like vulnerable communication.
Yeah.
It's not just I statements. Like that's
True.
A part of it because I statements, for anybody that's heard of this, I statements are one way of taking ownership of your thoughts. And also creating connection.
Yeah.
So like when you say, I feel this way or I think this way, you're taking ownership of your narrative.
Yep.
And it's creating connection with your partner.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we talk, we'll say things like, how when you something, instead of it's like I.
Yeah.
Like taking ownership.
Yeah.
But with all that said, like vulnerable communication, that is hard as beep.
It is. It is because I mean
it's really hard.
Yeah, because it's not natural.
Yeah.
Actually, let me take that back because when you think about kids and how they talk,
oh yeah, they keep it real.
Like it is natural. It is natural because they say what's on their minds, they say what's on their heart, but it gets to a point where as you grow up, something happens where you become scared to say what's on your mind, or you're nervous about it, or you don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. But then you do all that and put yourself in another hole that's hard to get out of.
Yeah, create more conflict.
Yep. So it is natural, but for some reason society pulls us away from what it is to actually be vulnerable and communicate with people in the way that we need to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say something that's on my mind really quick just to get it out because I was distracted by it.
Go ahead.
When you're talking about kids, I had this little girl tell me my breath stink once. She did.
That was her pet peeve.
She told me that.
How did you feel?
I was like, oh, okay.
But what, in like a session?
No, this was like a long time ago. Like just a kid.
Like last week?
I don't even remember who the kid was. But you saying like kids keep it honest made me think of that because your pet peeve was the breath.
Oh, no, that's real talk. I mean, because like one time when I used to work in the schools, I'll never forget. We went out the night before and I had to take the kids on a field trip. And I was on the bus and I was just chilling because it was like an hour, 2-hour ride. And the kid, he said, Mr. Johnson. I was like, what's up? You got a hangover or something? I was like, this little kid, how you even know what a hangover is? I don't think I had a hangover, but I think we was out so late and we left so early, I was still tired.
Oh, he done seen that behavior before.
Oh, yeah.
He pegged you.
Yeah, so kids be knowing.
Kids be knowing.
Yeah, so Anyways, did you tell me what's top of mind?
I did tell you what's top of mind.
Okay, so is this one of those times where I'm my active listening ain't active?
No. What's top of mind for you?
I think what's top of mind for me is the conversation we're getting ready to have, because I'm hoping, I can get some breakthroughs.
I'm really not angry with you anymore. But what I will, and honestly, I wasn't even that angry with you then, because I expected it, and I think that's what I was most disappointed by.
Okay, so all right.
So should we tell this story?
Let's break this down.
I think a lot of women probably have this story.
Oh, okay. So you want to break it down on how you tell the story?
I will absolutely break it down.
Okay.
So
should I jump in when I feel like you're a little off?
No, it'll be true. It'll be honest. I don't think it'll be off.
Go ahead. You got it.
So this is the thing. So what we're talking about is essentially black hair and like standards of beauty, maybe.
We're talking about hard. It's very hard to communicate certain things.
Feedback.
Whether it's feedback, whether it's just the way in which you communicate with your partner, in a way what you can say, what you can't say, what hurts feelings, what doesn't hurt feelings, whether it's with your friends, with your partner, your wife, your girl,
so vulnerable communication.
Yeah, vulnerable communication.
That's essentially what we're talking about. It's vulnerable. Yeah, after listening.
You must got a PhD. Oh, you smart.
So yes. So I used to have, for all of my life, a lot of hair. Long,
flowy,
thick hair.
Just fine.
And as a black woman in America, I was raised to believe that my beauty was my hair and my complexion. Point blank, and the period. Light skin, long hair, quote unquote, good hair. We've heard this narrative over and over and over again. I don't even need to get into it.
So you light skin?
Anyways, not the time for sarcasm. Okay? Not the time.
Oh, so you can hit me with the active listening, but I can't bring it in? Go ahead, you got it. Okay, you got it. Oh, it's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Some square breathing,
Go ahead.
Mindfulness.
Go ahead, you got it.
So we can get centered.
Go ahead, you got it.
So yes. So we've talked about this too, like how you inherit your traumas.
Yeah.
So I inherited that part of my lived experience. I bring into a marriage, right? Right. So long hair, all that. So for a couple of years, I've really been like thinking about cutting my hair. So many women go through this. Like, should I do a big chop? Should I lock my hair? What should I do? And I'm not gonna lie. I'm a relatively secure woman, but I'm a human woman. So I was like, oh, my hair is kind of my thing. Like if I cut my hair, I would say all these things to myself. My face is too fat. I won't be as attractive. And I knew my husband wouldn't like it. I knew you wouldn't.
But why?
I knew you wouldn't.
Okay, real quick. Why did you think I would not like it?
Just because of I know what you're attracted to. And even though you're not attracted to one phenotype, like one look of a woman, I knew that on me, you probably wouldn't like it. Because you had never really said anything affirming about it.
About cutting your hair?
Yeah, it was never like oh yeah, you could pull anything off, or oh yeah, that'd be cute, or yeah, baby, do whatever you want, or da-da-da-da. It was never that. It's like, why you want to do that? Or like them passive ways of being like, don't do that shit. So it got to the point though, I'm a grown woman. And I was like, well, I need to do what feels in alignment with me.
True.
And my hair is just getting in the way. Like, you wanna go to the steam room. You can't go. You put 3 hours into doing your hair. Go to steam room. It's gonna frizz up.
Okay.
You get caught in the rain. It's a wrap. You want to just jump in the pool. You're gonna mess up your hair. It's like I just got tired of it. So I was like, you know what? I keep thinking about cutting my hair. I'm gonna cut my hair. So I went and cut my hair. Mind you, I've been talking about cutting my hair pretty consistently for at least 6, 7, 8 months, at least, or locking it. One or the other.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish.
Consistently.
Okay.
The day I cut my hair and come home, mind you, at first I'm taken aback. Like, do I like it? Do I not like it? I don't know. Feeling a little like, ooh, I'm not used to seeing myself this way. Go to the gas station and I'm pumping gas and somebody's like, that's a bad cut. And I was like, oh shit, okay, maybe it is kind of cute, you know? It's like, I think I'm gonna try to get into it. As soon as I get home, my husband, why you cut your hair? Deflated. And I knew you weren't gonna like it.
Okay.
But when you said, why did you cut your hair? It really just made my blood boil. I'm like, what do you mean why? I've been telling you why for 6 months. Active listening, hashtag active listening.
Okay. Let me give you, okay. I received that. Imagine me talking about getting a car for 6 to 8 months. I want a car, I'm gonna get a car, I want a car. I say nothing to you about when, but I pop up with this brand new car. How would you feel? Just a question. How would you feel?
I mean, you've been saying you were going to get a car.
But I didn't say nothing about I'm on my way to go, and I just pop up with, and that I could probably have a better example.
If I'm going to be fair
Wait. I could probably have a better example because a car isn't changing a piece of me.
Right.
Right? It's a little different. But essentially, like, you gave me no warning. Yeah, you talked about it, but it was just like, pop up one day. Ta-da! I mean,
but do you feel like I should have said something to you?
I think you should have said, I've been talking about my hair because you knew how I felt about it.
Yeah, but it's my hair.
It's your hair, and we live together, and we are together, and we're supposed to talk about certain things. So I think for me, I was caught off guard. Like, yeah, you've been talking about it, but at least just share. Like, hey, I'm gonna go cut my hair today.
I don't know if I agree with this, honey. I'm curious. I need to know what makes you feel like you have like an inherited right to that information. Is it because
an inherited right?
Yes.
What you mean?
I'm asking a question. Let me ask my question real clear. Because if it's coming from a place of connection and information, like we tell each other everything. We're in, then if it's coming from a place, I don't know. But like, I don't know if I feel like, I also feel like there's levels. Like if I was going to go get a hysterectomy, then yes, you need to know that. But to go cut my hair, that feels like that is like if you were going to go get a beard implant, like you have been talking about it for, don't be literal, honey. We're doing an example. If you have been talking about getting a beard implant or getting, what do they call it when you get the implants for the hair? Yeah. If you have been talking about that for months and then you decide to do it one day, I think I would have shock a little bit like, oh, damn, you really did it. But I don't think I would feel like I have a right, like ownership of your decision.
I don't feel ownership for your decision. What I feel is there was a lack of communication. And then it was almost like, okay, you're saying I knew how you were going to feel. It was almost like you set yourself up to be mad. Like it was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. He's gonna be mad, and it's okay. It was but all you like, I felt like it should have just been like, I think I'm gonna cut my hair today. That's it.
Yeah, no, this is a problem.
I can't say no, don't do it. You already knew how I felt.
But this enters the territory. This enters the territory because, honey, you're talking to me in a way that insinuates that you feel like you have, like
vulnerable communication. That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
This is a situation where all I thought would have been cool was to be like, I've been talking about this, I'm going to cut my hair today. Versus, okay, yeah, you talked about it, but then you also say, you don't listen. So maybe I didn't hear you a few times. Maybe you said it a couple times and it was like out of sight, out of mind. Okay, I wonder if she's going to do it. But it was just like, ta-da.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to come to an agreement on this one, but I will say this. I will say that I don't know if, I definitely don't feel like I'm not there yet. I definitely don't feel like I should have told you. Like I have to tell you.
That's not what I said.
I don't feel that.
I felt that there should have been more communication of when you did it. Communication of when you did it. Like so once again, we have
How is this different?
Listen, we have conversations about money stuff, right?
Right.
If I talked about getting a car for 6 to 8 months and we didn't have the conversation about I'm going to get the car next week and I went and got the car, how would you feel?
But how is that? But that's different than me cutting my hair.
All I'm saying is communication.
No, it's the context. There's a contextual difference. If you go by that's a contextual difference for me. I think that's very different. With all that said, I really want to get the bottom line of this because you feel like something was withheld from you.
No, I just feel like it would have been cool for you to be like, today is a day, because then you got home and I'm like, huh.
Yeah, no, we just not gonna agree.
And that's cool. I mean, but this is also part of, if I did something like that, you're saying how you feel right now, but if I were to do something like that to myself and come home, whatever different change to myself, you would not just sit there and just be like, okay. You would feel away.
I'm saying I would have a shock value, but I would not feel. Let's not project onto me.
I'm not projecting,
babe.
I'm just telling you.
I would not feel like I'm owed that information because it's a person. Like, okay, like I said, a vasectomy or a hysterectomy or something like. There's contextual layers to it for me. Yeah. I don't think the hair, like. The most literal, like, parallel would be a beard implant or like something like that. So I feel like the question for the viewers is like, what are you owed your partner in the way of like divulging information when you choose to change your appearance? If it was if it was plastic surgery, yes, because that's like a life-threatening type of a procedure. It's costly. Something like that, yes.
Well,
but
see,
not cutting my hair.
And this is why this is why it's important for you also to understand. Like, one, okay, one of the things that, and I told you this, one of the things that one of the first things that I seen when I first met you, that I saw, maybe for those English majors out there, I was like, man, her hair is beautiful, right? And I was like, dang, and then. I was attracted to like the work you were doing, right? And then I was like, she fine too, right? It was all these things, but your hair was just beautiful to me. And I can't help that I really liked your hair. I really loved your hair. And all I was saying, once again, for the 14th time is I thought it would have been cool to be like, today is the day, or tomorrow I'm going to get my hair. I'm gonna cut my hair. And you feel like you could do whatever. It almost sounds like you feel like there's certain things I got to tell you nothing. That's what it sounds like.
No,
that's what it sounds like.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair. I think that there are many occasions where you might decide to, I don't know, get a new suit, or we don't check in about things like that. Like that is your person, like your person, like your physical presence, your physical expression. You don't ask me if you're gonna, when you want to cut your hair, or you don't ask me that. But I don't see why you would.
But if there's something that I know impacts you a certain way, it's important to communicate about that. And you knew I felt the way. So it would have been important to communicate if you knew I felt the way, and I've always felt the way. So no. I
don't think in this particular situation with this particular context, I completely and totally and thoroughly disagree.
Well, I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Well, I think that's clear.
I disagree with that.
I think that's clear for all of us. And I also think that it's worth considering why. Like, I don't think it was a big intentional thing that I didn't tell you. Like, it wasn't like a secretive intentional thing that I didn't tell you because I didn't feel like I had to. Like, that just blows my mind to think that I have to.
Stop saying that I would have you to have to. We don't have a relationship where I make you do this or you have to do this.
Do you not hear the undercurrent of what you're saying?
What I'm saying is I wanted some I would like some communication. That's it.
With all of that said, your point is validating a tenderness for me. Because you're right. There's a contrast and a conflict around what felt like the most right thing for me to do, an honorable thing for me to do, and the fact that I knew you wouldn't like it. And I think there's maybe a part of me that didn't want you to know because I didn't want to feel discouraged. And I think that is also a very important variable.
I get that.
Because even in this moment, if that part of it's present, like, you know, it's, and at the end of the day, you know, we've never talked about it in this way, but at the end of the day, I do know that I'm loved unconditionally and that you will accept me unconditionally. But I think what you might want to do is really explore and investigate your metric.
Metric of what?
For my beauty and for beauty.
What you mean? That's been, I mean, your hair is growing on me now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know where I stand with that. It's not no, but I had to get used to it.
Well, yeah. And I think another variable here that feels more valid than the fact that I should have told you is that when you meet someone and they change over time, it does take getting used to. It's like, damn, I'm not used to seeing you in this way. Now, I think that's probably the most valid. It's like the shock value of like, I've known you in this way and now you're changing or you look different. And it could take people time to get used to that. So that I can get. Like, ooh, I'm shocked. I'm not used to that. When I met you, you had this long hair and da-da-da-da-da-da. Ooh, I'm going to have to get, I can understand that. I can empathize with that. That makes sense to me.
So just for clarity, you standing on, you didn't have to tell me nothing.
I don't think, I can understand that you felt left out. It sounds like you felt left out and you felt like you wish I would have shared. That I can hold. But the implicit expectation, like you should communicate and you should have told me because you know how I feel about it, I feel like is incredibly insensitive. I owe it to my husband to tell him I'm going to cut my hair. I think that feels misplaced for me.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So I wonder.
This is a tender topic.
Yeah, it is tender. It's probably some other folks dealing with it, but I just wonder how many people actually think that it's okay to do a big chop or something different to themselves without like having even if you say it multiple times passively and maybe you get upset because I don't receive it the way that you want to receive it. To actually go and do it without having a conversation, it could cause some issues.
Well, clearly.
Without having a conversation. Like, you know, and once again, I've gotten used. I think you look great with short hair. Like, I love your long hair, but I think you look great. I mean, you're still beautiful. You ain't never, you know, you got the little cliff thing in the back of your head, but you're beautiful. But I still was mad.
You can have that.
I still was mad.
You can have that.
I wasn't mad that you did it. I was mad that you didn't even like share. And then,
babe, you was mad that I did it.
Well, once again, when you came home, it was almost like you knew. So why couldn't we just have a conversation?
But baby, the problem isn't that. The problem is the it's important. We talk about this all the time. It's important to really internally explore. Because what you're saying is you knew I would be upset, so you should have told me. You go inside of you.
Oh, trust me.
Reevaluate
trust me. I'm
why
do that.
You would be so upset that your wife cut her hair.
I'm gonna do that.
She didn't go take out a multi-million-dollar loan.
Wait.
She didn't.
What did I say? Active listening. What did I say?
That it's grown on you.
No. What did I say in regards to you not telling me? What did I say? What did you hear me say?
That you feel like it's a communication issue.
So it's communication.
Yeah, no. I disagree. I mean, I don't know. I think we'll go in circles here. I think we should let the viewers help. You want to take some deep breaths?
Yeah, I'm going to take a deep breath. Because one, I remember when I cut my hair off all the way, when I saw a little bit of my lining go back a little bit, and I ain't them type of dudes that wait and they back here saluting right? I don't do that. And this ain't no joke. This serious. When I cut my hair, I was like, man, I can't believe I'm cutting my hair. But I got confirmation that I had the head for a bald head and it looked nice, right? So I'm saying that to say, like, we weren't married at the time at all. If we were married, I asked you multiple times, should I grow my beard out? Should I not grow my beard? Should I this? Should I that? Do I not?
Yeah, you know what? You do. But to your point, when you cut your hair, you didn't tell me.
We were boyfriend, girlfriend.
We was together.
We were boyfriend. Actually, no.
Babe.
Yes, I did.
See, now you done brought up some evidence.
No.
Like, I forgot about this.
When I cut my hair, first off, when I cut my hair the first time,
y'all heard it.
I didn't cut it all the way bald, right? I cut it real low. I cut it real low.
Babe.
I'm telling you what I did because I know the process when a man cuts his hair off.
We were together.
Listen to me.
You didn't tell me.
Listen to me. I cut my hair real low, so I didn't have the baldy. I cut it with the lowest guard. And I was like, let me see what happens. And then from there, it was like, oh, you look good. Oh, you look good. I was like, all right. Bye-bye. I'm just saying.
I think that there's my threshold for the night.
That's cool. And there's levels to this. Boyfriend and girlfriend being married are two different things.
Context.
But
the context can't only apply when you want it to apply.
That's not what I'm doing. So for you, that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing.
Don't be so stubborn.
I'm not stubborn. I'm just telling you what it is.
In this moment, you wanna apply context to the degree of the relationship. I'm applying context.
You reaching. Get out of here. You reaching.
I need y'all to weigh in on this.
Vulnerable.
I need you to weigh in
communication,
on this.
And you don't want to talk about. You don't want to admit that was a lack of vulnerable communication.
I bow out, honey.
Was it a lack of vulnerable communication or no?
Not to me.
Okay. I think it was. Let me go back. I bow out.
I actually think. Well, then it's not for you.
I bow out.
I think that it's possible that it actually may have been a lack of vulnerable communication. But I also think that the issue that I'm trying to illustrate isn't that. It's a sense of entitlement.
There is no entitlement. I did not say you have to. That's not what all I said was I would have liked some communication. I didn't say I'm entitled. I said that would have been a great time for you to communicate. I'm going to do this today, or I'm going to get my hair cut tomorrow.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Is that not what you hear?
I don't think no.
So what do you hear? Just so I'm clear. As we close out.
We've gone through this.
As we close out.
I hear.
What do you hear?
An implicit expectation that I would have essentially told you ahead of time or got your permission, and I'm telling you.
No. Don't put words. Do not put words in my mouth. I never.
Okay.
Ain't no permission.
Okay. I think that you have an implicit expectation that I am owed you information about what I was going to do with my hair because you didn't feel good about it. And I'm telling you, I don't think that I have to tell you something like that. Like if I'm going to cut my hair or paint my nails or go get a new outfit,
stay with the hair. Stay with the hair because the context matters. Context matters.
But that is a personal, we're going in circles. And I don't feel like you can hear me. And I don't feel like you can hear me.
You can hear me.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happens sometimes.
Well, and it does. And I think you have to know when to exit, when to just exit. Yeah, and I think it's time to exit. Because I don't think our perception or perspective of where the rupture is in a very different place. You see it in one place and I see it in another. I see it in communication. Yeah, and I see it as an issue with what you expect to know. Especially when, to your very point, you didn't tell me. But you didn't because we weren't married. So since we're married, you feel like I should have told you.
So did the level, let me ask you this. Since you brought it up, did the level in any relationship, once somebody gets married, does the level of communication or connection supposed to move if they go from boyfriend and girlfriend to marriage?
Sure. Yes. You would hope so. Yes. Got it.
Leave it at that.
Okay, honey.
leave it at that.
Well, my takeaway for the day is that this is still a very tender thing for the both of us. And quite frankly, I don't feel any psychologically safer than I did before I cut the hair. Like when I cut the hair. I think that this is a big, skewed rupture.
Well,
that's my takeaway.
My takeaway is...
like, I really had no idea that that is what you expected. So I do feel enlightened. What's your takeaway?
My takeaway for today is sometimes you just don't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
And you have to learn to work through that. And I don't know if it's a gendered thing. I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I don't know if it's I don't know what it is. But I think this topic is a major topic for a lot of people.
Isn't that wild? It's just hair, but it's not. It's really not.
Yeah, but
we're literally talking about an undercurrent of so much.
Yeah, it's deeper than that. And I think that, I mean, I can hear you. I think one of the things, let me be very, very clear. One of the things that I did hear you say is one of the reasons you didn't ask me is because you didn't want me to discourage you. And that kind of hurt. That kind of hurt to hear you say that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how you're looking at me right now. You can say what's on your mind.
Well, because even this hurts. Like, you don't get it. Well, you don't understand.
So I'm not understanding you and you're not understanding me. So how do we figure out how to get to a better place?
I think I'm surfing again. I think you ride the waves. I think you slow down so that you're not reactive. I think you slow yourself down. I think you pace. I think you recognize when you're in a emotional roller coaster, like we're repeating ourselves. When you notice yourself doing that, then you're just battling perspective. You're not really absorbing anything. So you got to just slow down, know when to exit. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I think. I mean, please believe we're gonna keep having a conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna talk.
Like it's not you don't just abandon something. You try to seek understanding. Like clearly, you're not. There's a block or something in the way I'm communicating that helps you to understand and have empathy for my experience. And apparently there is a block and a misunderstanding here where I can't access yours.
Yeah.
So it's like, these are the things that happen and you just got to learn to slow down, not be reactive, you know?
Yeah, because I was feeling away.
Oh, I could tell. I could feel your energy.
I was feeling away because I definitely felt like you didn't even, it felt like in this moment, you weren't even interested in understanding. That's what it felt like. I'm not saying that's what was happening, but it felt like you were like, this is where I am, nothing else. You know what I'm saying? That's how it felt. Like, it felt like, I'm going to say this, oh, you ain't going to hear me no way. Mansplaining, sexism, all this. Like, you couldn't hear nothing else. That's what it felt like. Like you were already set on whatever it is you were thinking about or wanted to say. Mm-hmm. And for me, we talked about vulnerable communication, and I truly just felt a certain way. I didn't feel entitled. I know I didn't feel entitled. But you know what? Maybe I came off like that. Maybe what I have said, it came off as like an entitlement or like a you better tell me.
Yeah, because it's not, entitlement isn't it's not a feeling. Like, and again, I know your heart. So I know that it's not malicious. I know it's a blind spot, or it's just your lived experience is different than mine. Your experience is different than mine. So I can give that. But I think exactly what you're saying, honey, is like, I don't feel entitled. No, it's not a feeling. It is a position. It is a position and an expectation. I'm like, wow. And I find that is uncomfortable for me to feel like my partner is saying, I expect you to tell me what you're going to do in this particular scenario.
Well, can I? Okay. I think language.
You get what I mean?
I get it. I get it.
It's like, wait, what?
I could understand, but I think if in your head or how you feel is me saying, I expect for you to tell me versus I would like for you to share that information. It's like expect and entitled are such strong words sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I just would have liked for at least to know like this is the day versus like.
See, I can receive that.
Yeah, like
I can receive that different. And that's what I was saying when I was like, if this is coming from a place of like, I want to be included, I want to be a part of your life, I want to know, then I can take that. But if it's coming from a place of like, you should have told me, like that just doesn't feel, I don't think that's not, yeah. So when I hear you in this moment say, I would have liked to have known, and then to hear you say a few minutes ago, you saying, when I said a part of why I probably didn't tell you is because I didn't want to feel discouraged. Like, I think that having an impact on you, I connect to that. Like, you want to be a safe place, a person that I can come to and share things with, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And me not telling you that kind of felt like you were excluded, right?
Very much so.
That I understand.
Excluded, yeah.
Or not considered, maybe?
No, not considered.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
And my question is, and how much, like to what degree would you like to be considered when it comes to matters of my appearance?
I think we should, the same way we talk about everything else. I feel like we should talk about everything. We talk about everything already, almost.
Right.
And so why skip a conversation like that? Because just reflecting, there was also a lot of other factors, I think, that played a part during that time of that season of our life when you first did it. Just in terms of like internal stuff, right? And a little friction between us. And so there's a lot that goes in it. I just feel like, yes, it would have been nice to, the same way we talk about so much, to be considered. That's it.
Well, I'm thinking about getting a wig.
I hate wigs.
You see what I mean?
I don't.
You see?
But actually,
so
actually,
what?
I don't hate
does that
wigs.
mean?
Wait.
So
Actually,
does that mean now I can't go get a wig?
No.
Should I go get a wig and be like, oh, he hates it?
Actually, I don't hate wigs, but it just got to be the right one because people be wearing the wrong ones. It don't be looking right. It be looking like. What
is that?
Like the hair be here and it be like, and it just be looking weird.
See, so now I'm gonna be self-conscious about picking my wigs because
you had a wig that one time, and I wasn't a fan. I mean, I told you that. I mean, you want me to be honest with you, right? I wasn't a fan, and it's first off, I think I always thought your hair you didn't need nothing. Your hair was so beautiful, right? When you had your long hair, and now that you cut your hair, I don't think you need a wig. Like. You fine. Now, if you want a wig to do certain things, that's cool. But
give me a little length.
Can it not
from
be
time to time?
One of them wigs that they be having all like be going viral? It's just like it's leaning all the way.
Look, at the end of the day, this is my take home message. At the end of the day, we had kind of talked about this. Like, what does it mean to hold space for yourself and share space with your partner? And I think this was a conflict in that, because it's like, at the end of the day, I am an adult woman. I'm responsible for my own sense of self. Like, I'm responsible for making choices that make me feel good in my body, that make me feel good in my skin, that make me feel empowered.
Yeah.
And a part of that is influenced by you.
True.
So we constantly have to disentangle ourselves from like, okay, I don't want to make choices and do things purely for the validation of others, but we're human. And that bullshit about like, I don't care what anybody thinks. Everybody care what somebody thinks. You care what your family thinks about you, what your colleagues think about you. Not so much so to where it's like you have no sense of self, but it's like that balance. You know, like if I feel empowered to cut my hair so I can get my time back and my life back, and I want to feel good in that, the last thing I need is for that to be compromised by someone, even if it is my husband, who isn't going to affirm in that way at that time.
So how does one, and we're going to close this thing out, but how does one, when they know they don't necessarily like that, but and in a relationship, a romantic relationship, husband, you want honesty. So what do? You just suck it up and be like, well, go ahead and do what you do. And you
do what we're doing right here. You have the intensity. Like, some people are afraid of this.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, so it got thick for a minute. It's still half thick.
For you, not for me.
Well, I don't know if I'm done or not. I got to reflect and journal on it. But my point is, like, no, you don't not say it. You say it, and you endure the rupture, and you reflect, and then you come back. Because when you can repair a rupture, that's better than not having one at all. That's a phony, disingenuous relationship. So no, you got to do it, but then you do all the stuff we just kind of did.
Well, with that said, for the record, you are beautiful no matter what. Honey. No matter what. You piss me off sometimes, but so what? It happens.
Yeah, that's true.
You're still here. So we'll work through this. That was a hell of a ride. That was a hell of a ride right there.
a lot of hell. And then a little bit of love.
Yeah. But that's going.
Always love.
So, that was a lot.
I had no idea this was gonna be that episode.
But it was. All right. So, Lord. Anyways, with that said, this podcast, Hell of a Ride podcast, is brought to you by the Diane Morgan Group and the Joe Johnson Group. And listen, make sure you follow us all over social media. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and just make sure you share this with somebody who needs to hear this, because we know that in your life, just like our lives, buckle up. Why? Because you're in for a hell of a ride.
Hell of a ride.
Take care.